Today we're going to be doing a quick tutorial in Paint and Center on how to speedrun Prison, which is not something I've been requested to do, but I think it would help my little collection of tutorials I've done for this game. Because Prison is a tricky level to get the hang of, it's also a very tricky level to play quickly, so I'll walk through a very basic route that we can do to get a very good in-game time. I'll talk a little bit about ways you can make that even faster at the end, but I'll walk through a route, we'll get you the achievement, which is sub 2 minutes 30 at the... initially I'll talk about that, and then I'll talk about ways to make it even faster. But also going to talk about real time and in-game time. Don't worry about that. In-game time is the time that comes up at the end. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. So I'm also not going to do this any powers. I think there's certain satisfaction you can get from not using powers. I'm just not going to bother with them because it's not part of any speedrun route that I use. I'm sure that if you want to use powers at any stage in this run, especially the end, that'll be very helpful. Just got to restart again, sorry, because there's a prisoner who moves. So I'm going to get right into it. The first thing we want to do in Prison to get very quick time is jump out of the cell and grab a toothbrush. So it's in this cell, which is sort of opposite. It's sort of nearly opposite this guy, so you go one more, and then the toothbrush is in the sink. I'm going to take it up these stairs. I'm going to kill a very specific enemy because he is threatening a member of the basketball gang. You can see the armband. So if we kill this man, we get this man as a friend. We also get, there's 3 people over here. We get 4 people rather, sorry, we get as a friend. In addition to him, and this is really helpful because, of course, friends can be killed by other enemies and they can kill other enemies, which means we don't have to, it'll save a little bit of time if you don't have to deal with them as well. I'm going to restart the level and do that again. Sorry, I know I do this way too much in tutorials, I just restart constantly, but it's fine. I'm sure everyone can understand why I'm doing it. I'll try to grab it very quickly there. Don't worry about everything up until this point. You can do as slowly as you like because it's not, the fight hasn't started, so the game time hasn't started. It's as soon as we kill this guy, we want to move quickly. So that's good. And then there are a few people down here, you can take them out. Click once and stab in the middle of the face, it should be able to kill them in one hit. The next stage of the plan, we're going to grab one of these 2 pieces of fruit, and there should always be one of these 2 pieces of fruit here. If it really doesn't work, there's a backup on this table we can use as an apple. An orange or an apple will work. We'll head into solitary confinement and throw it through this cell door. And we get a friend with a big prisoner as well, which is marvellous. And that means he can also be killed. He can kill other people for us. We're going to go into this office and grab a taser and release him from solitary. I'm going to take down this man from behind. He always has a back to us at the start. And then just take down anyone who you can who's nearby. The reason we want to get him is because he has a shield, which makes him very annoying to deal with later. As soon as we've done that, we want to head all the way over to this office, up here. But you know, as many of you know, there's the shotgun. It's on this shelf. We've already opened solitaries. And then, from this point, you have the shotgun. There are people fighting everywhere. You just want to jump, and then peek the jump, make a shot into a big crowd of people like that. And you should get a lot of different people down. There's one pack kind of there, I guess. Some people over here. Only 4, so that's not brilliant. Oh, there's people under the stairs as well. There we go. Dealt with them pretty effectively. Kill that shield guard. And from this point, you want to grab really any weapon you can find, preferably tasers or shivs. There's a taser. Using this instead. And here comes the biker boss, which he'll arrive after a certain number of enemies have been killed. I'm afraid I don't know how many it is, but he'll arrive at a certain point in the level. You can take him down with middle stabs to the face, or let the big prisoner kill him, which he sometimes does, as he did there. We'll grab his machete, which is obviously a brilliant weapon. We'll use this against lots of the level. See, a lot of this strategy is letting your friends do a bit of the work for you, which is totally allowed. It's not like the random friends modifier. This will get you the achievement. This has no modifiers. You just get some friends at the beginning because they like you because you saved their basketball pal. Finish the level. See that we've got a very, very respectable 1 minute 51 time using those strategies. Because I was explaining it as I was going through, I'll do a clean run with all of those strategies to show you what I mean. So we're going to grab a toothbrush shiv from this cell over here. Take it up to this level of the cell block. And kill one particular man who's holding a basketball hostage. Get a bunch of friends. You see, if he turns into a friend, you'll also get some friends out here. We're going to grab an orange or an apple from there, which is great. I'm going to take one of these through solitary confinement, throw it through this cell door. You have to aim a little bit up. Not quite at it. Get a taser from this office. Open solitary. Taser this guy in the back, so we'd have to deal with him later. Take down a lot of people who spawn in here with the taser. Run over to this office up here, where we can get a shotgun. And use it on any groups of people we find. This isn't brilliant. A lot of this run is just hoping that the AI works itself out and gets into some groups, because it's not the same every time, unfortunately. But it usually does. Usually that's not a huge problem we have. So yeah, it's never, like, really terrible. You always get a few groups of 3 or 4 people. Sometimes you get a massive group with everyone. Now, as you can see, there are some things that aren't very fast about this run. We still have this shield guard alive. It'd be really better if we didn't have to destroy his shield and everything like that. So yeah, that loses a bit of time. So I'll show you an improved version of this run. It's a little bit more complicated in a second, but it does get the job done a lot more. It'll really help if you can learn a complicated version of the game. Quick tip, these barbells are quite good at taking down the biker if you get 3 hits. You just hit him in the middle of the face a few times, and you'll get him before he has the chance to hit you. And remember, the big person is your friend for a while, so don't kill him until the very end, where he turns on you, suddenly, out of nowhere. Or he might die before then. Of course, he can take damage from other people. 2 guys fighting down there, so I can distract them a bit. See, this guy has a knife we could also use. I mean, they're not brilliant, because they're ones from the cleavers. So we have to get down on the ground and hit them in the legs instead. But it's doable, we can do it. Get him prisoner by accident there. And now he's the only man left. Just got to use whatever we can find to kill him, really. Trays, there we go. He's taking a lot of damage for the level, it's not much of a challenge. And that was a 205, so they're similar times, all under 230. It just depends on where the enemies are with the shotgun, mainly. That's the main thing. I'll now do a quick run through about how we can make this even faster. So one thing we do on the official speedrun leaderboards, not the in-game ones, but the ones on speedrun.com, is we use a thing called tray strat. We grab a tray from this cell and just jump through the floor. That didn't work. It's very, requires a lot of, I don't know, intuition perhaps to line this up. You have to try it a lot of times, but we go through this cell over here, up through the floor, and hopefully we just get the gun. I can line it up a bit. I don't know if there's a really good way of lining it up, but yeah. You can use tray strat, which is a bit faster than using the shiv if you're going from the start of the level. But obviously in game time it doesn't start until combat, so they're both the same speed in reality. It's just if you're doing real time, then you can use that. The other optimization we can make is to throw this tray at the ground, and it sometimes cuts someone's foot off, which kills them instantly, so we can get an extra kill with the tray. On top of that, everything is pretty much the same. After that, we just go and get the orange, but we can actually throw it through the wall instead of the cell door. Do that while we're running, it saves a little bit of time as well. We can go and grab this taser, the same as usual, we kill him. Make sure he's very dead. Didn't mean to do that. We now bring a weapon like this taser, or perhaps, I don't know, a baton, up these stairs, and we can aggro the guards over there, which is a little bit of a difficult shot to make. I missed it actually this time. I'm just going to walk down there and show you. If you did throw it from that distance, you could hit one. And then the biker boss, who's in there, will also be aggravated, which means he follows you around early, so you can get a machete early on. Which is really very cool, I think. It's a really nice little feature. And one thing I didn't do there, which I'll show you, I'll do a retry because I've been walking through it this time. I'll do it with the improved strats. There's a way to deal with the second shield guard easily, so I'll try and get a run to show you that. I think we got him. Yeah, we did. Throwing at the ground kills one person, cutting off their foot. Grab an orange, take it to solitary confinement instead, and then we're going to throw it through the wall like that. Grabbing a taser from here. Oh, come on. There we go. Grabbing another taser. Taking it over to these stairs, seeing if we can land a really good shot from this distance. We can indeed. Going over here, we're going to kick through this wall, which will kick over the shield guard before we do anything, which means he loses his shield, particularly if you throw this way like that. I didn't mean to throw the shotgun there, I must press the other button. Now we just go for groups with the shotgun as usual. It deals with both the shield guards, so you don't have problems with them later on, resisting your attacks. The other thing you can do to deal with them is just use a shockwave on them, because they collapse from those. So it's obviously a very good way of dealing with them. You can see the biker is here early, so we can grab his machete in fact, and use it on prisoner, for example, at this stage, because this is before anything bad might go wrong with it. Killing the guards. Oh, we've got quite a few people left. Not brilliant luck on this one, I'm afraid. The shotguns didn't go so well. So I'll try and do a complete run as soon as I finish this one with the complete super optimized strats. That should make the run really fast. Grabbing trays. In terms of good weapons on prison, you've got the batons, the tasers, the shivs, and the trays. Those are pretty solid. Anything else? Maybe the barbells as well for certain situations, but they have such low durability that they're not really worth it unless you have nothing else immediately available. The shivs are brilliant though, we can use as many of these as you like. If you see a shiv, I would swap out really any weapon for it, except the machete obviously. Shotgun. I mean, I don't have to say that, you all know that. Taking down the last few people now. The cleavers in the kitchen I don't tend to bother with unless they get delivered to me. If this one has. If I can get it. Nope. There we go, tray. We get one more person? I think there was another person. Anyway. Yeah, so that's the super high-tech strats version. Let's do a super high-tech strats run of Prison to prove that the strategies are very good now, not at tutorial pace this time. Let's go. Remember that Shiv is just as good in in-game time as a Trey. Don't worry about using that, it's absolutely fine. Please don't, it's really hard to understand. But yeah, I'm just doing that for the sake of time, I guess, in real life. Let's grab a taser. And yeah, side note, he'll break the door open if you actually hit him with a piece of fruit. You don't have to do that either way, it doesn't matter because you open the doors anyway. Because there are other people. Got him with a taser, very good. Kick through the wall, loses the shield. Killing the groups of people, there's a good one there. Not brilliant groups on this one, but it wasn't too bad. I've definitely seen worse. Getting a good trait. Oh, there's a shiv there, if I can grab that. Please. Okay, no worries. We'll use a baton. That guy's a shiv though. And don't worry too much about dying as long as you're doing the recoil attacks constantly where you hit and go backwards. I've discussed these to death in other videos, I'm not going to keep going back to them too much. But yeah, you're immune at this level. I'm just going to take this opportunity to kill him because I have an extra hit with that thing. Using our other batons. Don't worry too much, that wouldn't have killed me, I think. If we can get the last enemy man. God damn it. There's always one, isn't there? I guess that's sort of sinks the time a bit, but it does happen occasionally. We still got a very, very respectable 144 with the improved strategies, even though we had that last annoying enemy. So yeah, I hope this video has proven that there are some very fast strats to Prison and some very, very decent ones that you can like sort of add the super fast strats on to. You know, they improve the times a little bit. And yeah, most of the luck factor for this comes from, are there big groups of people, several big groups of people that is, that you can kill with a shotgun. Does a machete give you 10,000 hits or 2 hits? Yeah, this has been a tutorial on Payment Center of Speedrunning Prison. Please like the video if it helped you. Please share with anyone who is also having problems or wants to get the achievement. Speedrunning Prison. Thanks so much for watching it all the way to the end as well. That's very kind of you. I'll see you in the next video. It'll probably be Payment Center or Speedrun related. See you guys then.